It was a crucial day at Jiangqing No. 2 High School. Class 5, Grade 3 was buzzing with anticipation as the unified exam loomed large. 20 years of relentless hard work had led to this moment. The stakes were high, and every student was determined to give it their all. Class teacher Chun Fan stood before them, her voice firm yet encouraging. Those taking the liberal arts exam, make sure you're all set for tomorrow. Double-check your stationery tonight, so you're not caught off guard. Then, her gaze shifted to the students preparing for the martial arts exam. And those of you taking the martial arts exam, don't forget to prepare your combat gear and weapons. This is your chance to showcase your skills, so make sure you're equipped and ready to perform at your best. The teacher's piercing gaze settled on Su Jingming, and he continues. Let me emphasize one last time, the teacher warned, his voice firm and serious. There's a risk of death in the martial arts college exam. Those who awaken ability below D level are not recommended to choose the martial arts college entrance. Su Jingming's eyes widened slightly as he murmured to himself, Is he calling me out? A flutter of anxiety danced in his chest. As a transmigrator, with a deep breath, Su Jingming introduced himself silently to the world. Blue Star, a world of contrasts. On one hand, the technology level is familiar with all the advancements and conveniences that come with it. But on the other hand, the existence of terrifying, bloodthirsty, and ferocious beasts adds a layer of danger and unpredictability to everyday life. There were also awakened individuals with superpowers play a crucial role in resisting the ferocious beasts. These individuals, with their unique abilities, are the frontline defense against the beast threat. In the world of Blue Star, the age of 16 marks a significant milestone, as it's when individuals can awaken their unique abilities. The diversity of these abilities adds a fascinating layer to the world. With each person possessing their own distinct power, the strange and unpredictable nature of these abilities would lead to a wide range of possibilities, from practical and useful powers to more unusual and creative ones. This would likely lead to a complex and dynamic society, where individuals with different abilities would need to work together to survive and thrive in a world filled with ferocious beasts. The rating system in Blue Star, with its 9 levels from A to G, provides a clear hierarchy of abilities. The fact that most people can only learn skills from rank F to D suggests that the higher ranks are exceptionally challenging to attain. This limitation would likely create a sense of aspiration and competition among awakened individuals, with those striving to reach the higher ranks. The rarity of individuals who can surpass rank D would make them stand out, and their abilities would likely be highly sought after. Su Jingming's E-grade ability, Weak Electricity, is similar to a stun baton in terms of its power. This ability could be useful in close-range combat, allowing him to incapacitate opponents or beasts temporarily. Su Jingming's face burned with embarrassment and frustration as he listened to Huang Tian's words. The repetition of Teacher Chen's discouraging remarks felt like a punch to the gut. E-grade trash echoed in his mind, making him wonder if he was indeed good enough for the martial arts exam. Huang Tian's tone seemed almost amused, as if he was enjoying Su Jingming's predicament. The suggestion to take the liberal arts track and work as a small clerk felt like a fate worse than death. Lin Qingla is shouting at Huang Tian, and the quote is a bit off. It's none of your business. Huang Tian. Humph, I'll let you know who's the best in the unified exam. Huang Tian's words were laced with a mix of mockery and condescension, his tone dripping with disdain. Pretty boy, you'll just die on the exam ground, he sneered, his eyes gleaming with amusement. The phrase, pretty boy, stung, and the implication that Su Jingming was fragile and weak was a harsh blow. Su Jingming's looks at him leaving. Lin Qingla's, don't mind what he said. Everyone has their own value. Changing your major to liberal arts and living your life in the city wouldn't be so bad, would it? Lin Qingla's tone was calm and soothing, attempting to diffuse attention. Lin Qingla's words seemed to be a genuine attempt to help Su Jingming see reason, rather than a provocation. He was highlighting the potential benefits of pursuing a more stable and secure path, rather than risking everything on the martial arts exam. In the Great Xia Kingdom, the education system is divided into 2 distinct disciplines, liberal arts and martial arts. This division seems to be based on an individual's abilities and their potential for combat. those with lower ability levels, or those who lack confidence in combat, are steered towards liberal arts. This path allows them to pursue a more ordinary life, free from the dangers and challenges of martial arts. The stakes are high for those who choose the martial arts path. The unified exam requires them to enter a designated location and engage in a fight to the death against fierce beasts. This is a brutal and unforgiving test, where only the strongest and most skilled will survive. The ultimate goal of passing the unified exam is to gain entry into the Ability User University, a prestigious institution that offers advanced training and mentorship. After several years of rigorous training and guidance from experienced mentors, students can break through the unranked system and become true ranked ability users, unlocking powerful strengths and abilities. Su Jingming's thoughts took a darker turn as he recalled the tragic fate of his parents, who died in a beast tide. This personal loss likely fueled his determination to become stronger and take the martial arts unified exam. He felt that avoiding the exam wouldn't guarantee his safety, given the ever-present threat of beast invasions. With this painful memory in mind, Su Jingming's resolve to face the challenges of the martial arts exam seemed to grow stronger. He might see this path as a way to honor his parents' memory and protect himself and others from similar tragedies. The weight of his past experience was likely to drive his actions and decisions moving forward. Su Jingming returned to his apartment, his determination to take the martial arts exam burning brighter than ever. As he entered his humble abode, he picked up his trusty spear, its familiar weight of comfort in his hands. With a focused gaze, Su Jingming began to train, his movements swift and precise. As he practiced, a faint hum of electricity began to emanate from his body, crackling with energy. The air around him seemed to vibrate with the power of his E-grade ability, weak electricity. As the exhaustion caught up with him, Su Jingming's movement slowed, and he finally came to a stop, his chest heaving with exertion. I can't practice anymore, he thought, feeling the weight of his fatigue. His muscles ached, and his breathing was labored. The electricity that had been coursing through his body began to dissipate, leaving him feeling drained. Su Jingming leaned against the wall, his spear slipping from his grasp. He closed his eyes, letting the weariness wash over him. Despite his exhaustion, he knew he couldn't give up. The martial arts exam was just around the corner, and he still had a long way to go. Ever since his ability had awakened, Su Jingming had chosen a long spear as his trusty companion. For 2.5 years, he had dedicated himself to mastering the art of spear techniques. However, despite his prolonged practice, his proficiency remained at a beginner's level. Despite his struggles, Su Jingming had high hopes for a technique that might elevate his skills. He had his eyes on the beer technique, Lightning Gale Break, a powerful move that would undoubtedly make him stronger. The only hurdle was a steep price tag of $300,000. The reality of the martial arts world was harsh, with a growing number of student deaths among those below D class. For Su Jingming, getting into an awakened university was a matter of survival, and he knew he had to fight with every ounce of strength he possessed. The stakes were high, and the competition would be fierce. Su Jingming's determination to succeed was fueled by the knowledge that his future depended on it. He was willing to push himself to the limit, to take risks and face challenges head-on, all in pursuit of a better life. The screen flickered to life, displaying a message in bold, futuristic font. System activation successful. Su Jingming's eyes scanned the screen, taking the words Newbie Gift Package and Chat System for Transmigrators. A surge of excitement mixed with trepidation coursed through his veins. Do you want to claim the Newbie Gift Package? The screen asked, offering him a tantalizing prospect. Su Jingming's mind whirled with possibilities. What could this gift package contain? Would it be a powerful technique, a valuable resource, or something else entirely? And what was this chat system for transmigrators? Su Jingming's excitement reached a boiling point as he eagerly asked, "What's in the gift package?" The system's response flashed on the screen. Newbie gift package includes S-rank super ability, 200 ability points. His eyes widened in awe, and a huge grin spread across his face. An S-rank ability was the pinnacle of power, and 200 ability points would give him immense flexibility to customize his skills. Su Jingming's mind reeled with the implications of possessing an S-rank super ability. In a major country like Xiaohua, It typically took 3 to 4 years for an individual to awaken to their abilities. But an S-rank ability from the start, that was unprecedented. He knew that with such immense power, he would be a highly sought-after talent. Top ability universities would fight tooth and nail to recruit him, showering him with resources and opportunities. It was likely that he would be cultivated into a top-tier powerhouse, with the best instructor facilities and training programs at his disposal. Sweat dripped down Su Jingming's forehead as he gazed at the system screen with determination burning in his eyes. An E-rank trash like me still has a chance to defy fate and change my destiny, he thought, his resolve solidifying. With a deep breath, Su Jingming raised his hand, and his voice echoed through the room. Claim. The system screen flickered with a triumphant message. Newbie gift package claimed successful. Su Jingming's eyes widened as he read on. 200 ability points have been credited. But it was the next line that truly caught his attention. S-rank super ability. Purple Cloud Thunder God's lighting is being distributed. Su Jingming's heart was enveloped in a crackling aura of lightning, and the system screen displayed the progress. 10%. Suddenly, the electrical energy surged, spreading throughout his body. As the progress bar ticked upward, Su Jingming's entire form became shrouded in a majestic, purple-hued lightning. The air around him seemed to vibrate with electric potential, and his body glowed with an otherworldly energy. The system screen displayed progress 20%. As the purple lightning surrounding Su Jingming's body intensified, the air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone, and the sound of crackling energy grew louder. The system screen displayed progress 20%. As the purple lightning surrounding Su Jingming's body intensified, the air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone, and the sound of crackling energy grew louder. As the progress bar ticked upward, the lightning began to burst forth from his body, damaging the surroundings. Furniture splintered, walls cracked, and windows shattered as the uncontrolled energy release wreaked havoc on the apartment. The neighbors who gathered below were shocked and frightened by the explosion and the burst of purple lightning. Some of them pointed and gasped, while others quickly pulled out their phones to call for help. One of the neighbors, Mrs. Lee, quickly dialed the emergency number and shouted into the phone, "Hello, hello? There's a fire or something happening at Su Jingming's apartment. Please send someone quickly." Su Jingming's body arched in agony as the system screen flashed the progress bar. 50%, 60%, 70%. The purple lightning raged through his body, threatening to consume him from the inside out. The pain was excruciating, like his cells were being rewritten by the intense energy. Su Jingming's vision blurred, and his breathing became ragged. He felt like he was being forged in a crucible of electricity, his body transformed by the S-rank ability. One of the neighbors, an elderly man named Mr. Wong, looked up at the sky and frowned. "Why did the sky suddenly turn dark?" he asked aloud, confusion etched on his face. The others followed his gaze, and they too noticed that the sky had taken on an ominous tone. On the other side of the city, elder man from the military council gazed up at the sky, his expression stern. "Terrifying thunder. I seem to feel some kind of heavy pressure. A powerful lightning attribute ferocious beast is about to invade." With a commanding voice, he ordered his subordinate, "Jiangqing's 3rd Legion, enter alert status. Prepare our lightning-resistant armor and mobilize the electric shock squad. We must be ready to respond at a moment's notice." His subordinate nodded swiftly and relayed the orders, activating the Legion's emergency protocols. Elder Man Wu's eyes remained fixed on the sky, his mind calculating the potential threat and preparing for battle. "We will not let this beast catch us off guard. Prepare the city's defenses and get the troops ready to deploy." A majestic lightning dragon appeared in the sky, its electric body crackling with energy as it swooped towards Su Jingming's apartment. The air was charged with anticipation, and the dragon's arrival seemed to coincide with Su Jingming's transformation. As the dragon drew closer, Su Jingming's body surged with even more intense purple lightning, and he let out a mighty scream. The system screen flashed with rapid updates. 80%, 90%, 99%. Finally, the screen displayed 100%, ability transformation completed. The purple lightning surrounding Su Jingming's body dissipated, revealing a transformed individual. His eyes glowed with an inner light, and his aura pulsed with incredible power. The lightning dragon hovered above, its presence seeming to acknowledge Su Jingming's newfound abilities. With a mighty roar, Su Jingming raised his hands, and the air around him crackled with electricity. He had become a master of the lightning attribute, and the world would soon tremble at his power. With a surge of exhilaration, Su Jingming gazed at his hands, now imbued with the S-rank ability, Purple Haven Divine Thunder. The electric baton he once wielded seemed like a toy compared to this newfound power. One hit on a person is enough to shatter them. Su Jingming gazed out at his apartment, taking in the destruction caused by the uncontrolled energy release. This commotion is a bit too big, he thought to himself, surveying the damage. Furniture was overturned, walls were cracked, and windows were shattered. Su Jingming's eyes lit up as he gazed at the system screen, remembering the newbie gift pack. Oh, right. It also gave me 200 ability points, he thought, curiosity piqued. He focused on the ability points, and the system displayed a detailed explanation. Ability points can be obtained by killing fierce beasts. Consuming ability points can increase level and upgrade skills. You can view your ability points and upgrade options in the system panel. Su Jingming chuckled to himself, enjoying the simplicity and power of the system. I just love this kind of simple and crude cheat, he thought, grinning. With a thought, he opened the system panel, and a holographic display flickered to life in front of him. The panel displayed his information. Name, Su Jingming. Photo, a holographic image of Su Jingming's face. Skills, Purple Haven Divine Thunder, S-rank. Other skills, Physique 121 Chi Blood. Spirit 140 Hz. Skill Spear Arts Basic Lightning. Gale Break Basic. Ability Points 200. Su Jingming couldn't help but grin as he thought about the system's simplicity. He loved how straightforward it was, allowing him to focus on what mattered most, getting stronger. With the unified exam just around the corner, Su Jingming knew he had to make the most of his 200 ability points. He decided to let the system handle the allocation, trusting its calculations to maximize his combat power. Su Jingming pondered the system's words. The essence of superpower lies in the human body and mind. Let's first enhance those to basic attributes. He gazed at the system screen, which displayed his current attributes. Strength, 142. As the purple lightning coursed through his veins, Su Jingming felt an intense surge of energy. His body seemed to be electrified, and he could sense the power coursing through his muscles and cells. This is what it feels like to boost blood energy and mineral power. With a fierce cry, Su Jingming bent down and unleashed a flurry of punches, his fists flying in every direction. As he struck, lightning burst forth from his body, crackling with electricity. The air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone as the lightning danced across the room. Each punch sent a bolt of lightning shooting out from his fists, illuminating the space with brilliant flashes of light. The sound of thunder boomed through the air, shaking the very foundations of the room. With his basic attributes enhanced, Su Jingming noticed a significant improvement in his overall abilities. Whether he was using combat techniques or manipulating powers, everything seemed to be amplified accordingly. His movements became more fluid and precise, his strength increased, and his agility allowed him to dodge attacks with ease. Even his Purple Haven Divine Thunder seemed more potent, its power surging through him like never before. Su Jingming pondered the significance of the attribute increase. Both attributes increased by 20 points, he thought. That means each ability point equals 0.2 blood energy or 0.2 hertz. He glanced at the system screen, which displayed his updated physique. Physique 141. With his current strength, Su Jingming felt confident that getting into a superpower university would be a breeze. However, he couldn't help but wonder about his standing among the over 700,000 students in Jiangnan province. Where did he rank among the prodigies who had been trained by elite mentors since childhood? Su Jingming grasped his spear firmly, feeling its familiar weight and balance in his hand. Let's go to the martial hall and test my exact state, he thought, a sense of anticipation building within him. The firefighter burst into the room, kicking open the door with urgency. We've got a rescue call. There's a fire here, he exclaimed, his voice firm and commanding. Su Jingming's eyes widened as he realized the situation. It was probably caused by fluctuation from my power training, he thought, feeling a surge of concern. However, as he assessed the situation, he noticed that the fire was already under control. It's under control now, I see, he said calmly. The firefighter's expression changed to one of relief, and he nodded. Apprenticeship resolved. Fall back, he said into his comms device, before turning to Su Jingming. All right, situation under control. The firefighter shook his head, chuckling. Such a huge commotion, and it turns out it was just a student training their power. The next generation is truly impressive, he said with a mix of amusement and admiration. The neighbor asked, was everything okay with the fire earlier? Your problem is under control. Su Jingming replied, Good, from the look of it. The neighbor then inquired, heading to the martial hall? Yeah, going there to get some practicing, Su Jingming said. The neighbor sighed. So, the entrance exam is tomorrow, and you're still training. Not like my kid, who's stressing over the exam right now. For an awakened individual, becoming a full-fledged superpower user required rigorous training of both physique and mind to boost power output. As a result, martial halls that provided training spaces and instruction became increasingly popular. However, not every family could afford the luxury of a private training room, making these public facilities a vital resource for many aspiring superpower users. The two most renowned chain martial halls in the Xi'an nation were indeed Thunderclap and Violent Bear. Both institutions had a long history of producing skilled superpower users and were highly respected within the martial community. Su Jingming's eyes widened in surprise as he turned to look at the person approaching him. Wait, isn't that Tang Chi? My cousin? He thought, a mix of curiosity and familiarity rising within him. Su Jingming's eyes widened in surprise as he turned to look at the person approaching him. Wait, isn't that Tang Chi? My cousin? He thought, a mix of curiosity and familiarity rising within him. Chi Jia, what brings you to Thunderclap Martial Hall? Su Jingming asked, curiosity getting the better of him. Tang Chi smiled and replied, just here with a friend. Got it. Then I'll head to the training room, Su Jingming said, nodding. Tang Chi thought to herself. He seems different than before, noticing a change in Su Jingming's demeanor. Her friend asked, nudging her playfully, Who's that? Kinda handsome, eyeing Su Jingming with interest. Ong Chi said, Su Jingming, he is my cousin. He is in senior year, like us, taking the martial exam tomorrow. She introduced him casually, without much fanfare. Her friend's eyes lit up with curiosity, likely intrigued by the mention of the martial exam and Su Jingming's connection to Tang Chi. Her another friend teased, Why are you asking so many questions? You're crushing on him already, Xiaoya. Xiaoya playfully replied, Totally. With that face, as long as he's not weak, he'll make a great boyfriend. Definitely impressive in public. She giggled, nudging Tang Chi with her elbow. Tang Chi said, You might be disappointed. He only awakened an E-rank ability. Xiaoya replied, E-rank? What a shame. Tang Chi's another friend chimed in. Competing in a martial exam with just an E-rank ability? Gotta admire the courage. Tang Chi frowned, concern etched on her face. So what if he's brave? It's way too risky. It'd be better if he didn't take the exam at all. Xiaoya said, All right, let's not talk about that. We came to check out the Thunderclap Martial Hall, didn't we? They chatted among themselves, their conversation flowing easily. True, I've trained at Violent Bear all 3 years of high school. This is my first time in Thunderclap. Relaxing before the exam is good for your mental state. Let's go. With that, they strolled further into the martial hall, taking in the sights and sounds of the bustling facility. Su Jingming stood opposite to a target, holding a spear. He thought to himself, the fear feels lighter, or maybe it's because my physique got stronger. He glanced at the spear in his hand, his mind wandering to the upcoming exam. But the unified exam is tomorrow, not time to find a better weapon. With a resolute nod, he refocused on his training, determined to make the most of the time he had left. He took a deep breath, focusing his energy. Let's see what my full strength looks like without power enhancement. With a swift and powerful motion, he stabbed the spear directly into the target. The impact was loud and solid, the spear sinking deep into the target's surface. Su Jingming observed the result, gauging his own strength and technique. The training room's walls and equipment were made of basic memory metal, a material that could auto-repair within its resistance limit. This meant that the targets and other training equipment could withstand a significant amount of damage before needing manual repair. The memory metal would slowly return to its original shape, erasing any signs of damage. This feature made the training room a convenient and efficient place for students like Su Jingming to hone their skills. My raw physical strength is now double what was before, Su Jingming noted, pleased with his progress. Most awakened ones top out at 100 calories in strength. He cracked a small smile, feeling a sense of confidence. Now, let's try Purple Heaven Divine Thunder. He stretched out his hand, channeling his power into it. His hand started glowing with thunder, and a lightning bolt rushed forth, striking the target with destructive force. The energy release was immense, measuring 3,021 calories. The target shook violently under the impact, and the air was filled with the acrid smell of ozone. Expected of an S-rank power, this is insane, Su Jingming exclaimed, stunned by the sheer force of the Purple Heaven Divine Thunder. The average first-tier power user only hits 1,000 calories, and I'm not even officially Tier 1 yet. My output is like a mid-tier first-tier user. He was both amazed and a little awestruck by the unexpected potency of his ability, realizing that S-rank powers were on a completely different level. He thought to himself, this isn't my full potential. With a fierce determination, he gripped his spear tightly. Thunder began to cover his body as he combined his physical strength, power enhancement, and combat techniques. That's my trump card, he declared. With a swift and deadly motion, he moved forward and stabbed his spear into the target. A purple lightning ball created at the tip of the spear, and he shouted, "Lightning Gale!" A very powerful light occurred, illuminating the surroundings in a brilliant, electrifying glow. The sheer force of the attack was awe-inspiring, and the resulting explosion of energy left no doubt about the devastating power of the lightning gale technique. The whole building started to shake, and everyone was terrified, thinking it was an earthquake. On the same floor, Tang Chi and her friend exchanged worried glances. Such strong energy fluctuation, that's definitely power user level, her friend said, her voice filled with excitement and curiosity. Xiaoya asked, "Isn't this floor only for high school training students?" Her friend replied, "But all the freaks who reached that level early this year are training at Violent Bear, right? Maybe one of those freaks came here for a change, or a new power user student emerged." Tang Chi's eyes sparkled with interest. "Let's go check it out." Together, they headed towards the source of the disturbance, eager to see what was happening. Ong Chi said, "The energy wave seems to be coming from nearby." On the way, they met Su Jingming. Tang Chi asked, "Su Jingming heading home?" He replied, "Yeah, just want to get back and prep a bit more." Tang Chi said, "All right, good luck on the exam tomorrow, but also stay safe." Su Jingming left. Her friend said, "Forgot him. The energy fluctuations coming from here." They reached near a room. Its walls were cracked. Tang Chi asked, "Is it here?" They confirmed it when they opened the door, and they were in complete shock. All the things in the training room were completely destroyed. They were horrified by seeing such destruction had happened to the training room. Tang Chi and her friend were in complete shock. They stood frozen in the doorway, their eyes scanning the devastated training room. The destruction was so severe that it was hard to believe it had been caused by a single incident. The room's condition was a testament to the immense power that had been unleashed within its walls. Xiaoya said to her friends, "Damn, every memory alloy was blasted apart. How powerful was that attack? Do we really have a high school student this strong in Jiangqing?" Her friends exchanged stunned glances, equally bewildered by the display of power they had just witnessed. The destruction of the memory alloys, known for their exceptional durability, only added to the astonishment. Her friend said, "That probably wasn't a high school student. I can still feel the incredible violent energy remnants. The person could be a Tier 2 superpower user who accidentally entered this floor and tested their strength in the training room." Xiaoya's eyes widened in agreement, both of them speculating about the identity and capabilities of the mysterious individual responsible for the destruction. The two students standing apart from them said, "I knew it. There's no way a high schooler could unleash that kind of power." Exactly. Even the prodigies in provincial capital couldn't do this, let alone someone from Jiangqing. They exchanged knowing glances, their voices barely above a whisper as they discussed the implications of the destruction they had witnessed. Their tone conveyed a mix of awe and concern, hinting at the potential dangers that such a powerful individual might pose. Xiaoya said, "Only Su Jingming passed by here just now. Do you think it was him who caused all this? He is actually a hidden genius who's been controlling his power, waiting to make a big splash during tomorrow's power exam." Her friends turned to her, intrigued by the suggestion, and they began to speculate about Su Jingming's potential involvement in the destruction. The two students said to Xiaoya, "You're reading too many web novels about weaklings in disguise. That's just nonsense. Even if he is hiding his strength, there's got to be a limit. He only awakened in E-rank ability. 300 units of attack strength would already be good." They chuckled, dismissing the idea of Su Jingming being the one responsible for destruction, and attributing Xiaoya's speculation to her love for fantastical stories. Her friend said, "Both of these corridors lead outside. That powerful person must have exited from the other side. That's why we didn't run into them. Tang Chi, what do you think?" She walked to the destroy block and said, "Maybe." Her eyes scanned the area, taking in the details of the destruction, as if searching for clues that might reveal what had happened. Tang Chi thought to herself, the traces look like they were made by a spear. So Su Jingming participating in the martial arts exam is really just overestimating himself. It seemed she noticed a detail that hinted at the true nature of the destruction, and Su Jingming's abilities seemed laughably inadequate in comparison. The day of the martial arts exam arrived, and students from all over the school came to participate. Everyone started to murmur to themselves, some nervously rehearsing their techniques, while others were busy psyching themselves up, ready to give it their all. Su Jingming entered the area, holding a sphere in his hand, a confident look on his face. He seemed unfazed by the commotion and speculation surrounding him, his calm demeanor a stark contrast to the whispers and stares of the other students. 3 students whispered, "Phew, this is our test site. Holy crap, I think I saw a unicorn rhino. Didn't they usually use common beasts like shadow cats or iron-haired boars in past exams? This year's exam is going to be very hard." Their eyes widened in surprise as they took in the formidable challenge ahead. A student holding a sword said to them, "So, what if it's a unicorn rhino? If you can't even handle this level of beast, even if you get into Superpower University by luck, you'll just be a useless nobody." His intense gaze sent shivers down their spines, and they were terrified by the conviction and ferocity emanating from him. Su Jingming asked his best friend Lu Jie, "Su, who is this guy acting all arrogant?" His best friend replied, "Who else? That's Zhou Mingyang from First High School, the Gale Sword guy." Lu Jie nodded toward Zhou Mingyang, his tone laced with a mix of familiarity and wariness. His best friend continued, "Rumor says that he has a B-rank power called Agile Gale, and he's already advanced from no rank to Tier 1. Lu Jie's words were filled with a hint of awe and respect, implying that Zhou Mingyang's abilities were not to be underestimated. Su Jingming thought to himself, "Oh, him? The guy they say is a top contender for this year's martial arts exam valedictorian." A hint of competitiveness sparked in his eyes as he wondered, "Between him and me, who's stronger?" The challenge seemed to ignite a fire within him. A loud shout came from the examiner, "Attention, all the test takers." The area fell silent as students turned their focus to the front, awaiting the instructions and commencement of the martial arts exam. "I am Wang Haiyang, the chief commander of this Jiangqing martial arts exam. Before the test begins, I will go over some key points again. The exam run from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 12 hours in total. The testing location is Ruin Town behind me." Wang Haiyang gestured toward the vast, battle-scarred terrain of Ruin Town, where various formidable beasts and challenges awaited the test takers. He continues, "As in previous exams, the area is divided into outer, middle, inner, and core zones. Killing different types and levels of beasts will earn you different scores. The higher the beast level, the stronger it is, and the more points you get. Wang Haiyang's word highlighted the strategic challenge ahead, where students would need to balance risk and reward to maximize their scores. He continued, the core area is like the bonus questions on a written exam meant for the top students. Everyone knows your limit. Don't risk your life just for points. Wang Haiyang shouted, his face stern and angry, emphasizing the gravity of the warning as he gazed at the students. Su Jingming thought to himself, until yesterday, I only dared to wander in the outer zone, but now I'm aiming for the inner zone and even the core. A sense of confidence and ambition swelled within him, driven by the power of the sphere in his hand. Exam supplies will be distributed. Go to your homeroom teacher. In order to receive them, there are 3 items in total. Wang Haiyang's announcement was met with a flurry of activity as students prepared to collect their supplies, eager to gear up for the challenges ahead. Smartwatch tracks the number and types of beasts killed and accumulates score in real time. Tactical backpack contains 3 energy balls, 1 energy drink, and 1 disposable medical pack to support examinees for 12 hours. Safety sphere, when activated, creates a high-voltage electric barrier. Normal beasts cannot break through it. The details of the supplies were crucial for the student's survival and success in the exam. The teacher said to Su Jingming, once you use the safety sphere, the exam ends. But remember, your life matters more than anything else. Thanks, teacher. I got it, Su Jingming replied, nodding in understanding, the teacher's words striking a chord of caution within him. Lin Qingyan shouts at Su Jingming and asks, you don't have a team yet, right? Want to team up with us? She introduces her friend. This is my friend who recently awakened a C-rank ability. He said to Su Jingming, once we get inside, I'll watch your back. The offer of teamwork and support hung in the air, a strategic opportunity for mutual benefit in the challenging exam ahead. 2 students standing nearby whispered to each other. Class rep, it's fine being a nice guy usually, but this is a martial arts exam. Another said, a team can only have 5 people max. If we bring him, how are we going to score high? Their hushed conversation revealed the pragmatic considerations and potential conflicts that could arise in forming alliances for the exam. His friend asked them, we agreed, and now you're backing out last minute? They started arguing. Who knew he would actually show up for the exam? I am not dragging dead weight. The tension between camaraderie and self-interest simmered just below the surface, threatening to boil over into conflict. Su Jingming held Lu and told him, class rep, I really appreciate your kindness. Then he said, I'll go solo. You guys can form your own team. With a calm determination, Su Jingming made his decision, choosing to rely on himself rather than potentially burden others. Lu asked Su Jingming, are you serious? The class rep said, it is what it is, then. All right, then just be careful. With a nod, Lu accepted Su Jingming's decision. Concern etched on his face as he watched his friend head off alone. Lu walked ahead with an angry face, and the 2 students asked the class rep, why don't we team up with Huang Tian instead? The class rep looked at Su Jingming with a worried expression, concern for his friend's solo endeavor evident in his gaze. Su Jingming started smiling and thought to himself, without you guys, I can still score high. A confident glint sparkled in his eyes as he walked away, his determination and self-assurance propelling him forward. The air was filled with a hum of drones as they flew overhead, signaling the start of the exam. Jiangqing 2037 National Martial Arts Exam officially begins. Activating test site cameras and drone live stream. Exam broadcast starting. The announcement echoed through the venue, marking commencement of the highly anticipated event. The crowd of candidates surged forward, sprinting into the exam area with a singular focus, securing a spot at Superpower University. I will make a name for myself, they thought, determination burning in their hearts as they entered the site, ready to showcase their martial arts prowess. Tang Chi and her friends also dashed into the examination area, their eyes fixed on the challenge ahead as they prepare to give it their all and make a strong impression on the examiners. Zhou Mingyang from No. 1 High School burst forward, Leaping ahead of the pack with explosive power and agility, his movements a blur as he sprinted toward the exam area with an impressive display of speed and determination. Su Jingming sprinted forward, a fierce determination in his voice as he declared, "Unified Martial Arts Exam, here I come." With each stride, he gained momentum, his movements swift and purposeful as he charged toward the challenge ahead. The smartwatch on Su Jingming's wrist beeped, displaying the message, "Verification completed. Candidate is Su Jingming, Senior Year 3, Class 5, Jiangqing No. 2 High School." The confirmation flashed on the screen, ensuring his identity and readiness for the exam. The screen flickered to life, displaying the live ranking system. First place, Zhou Mingyang. Second place, Li Lan. Third place, Zhao Hu. The rankings flashed on the screen, fueling the competitive atmosphere as the candidates prepared to showcase their skills. Su Jingming's eyes locked onto the rankings, his determination renewed. Su Jingming thought to himself, as expected from No. 1 high school's top student, Zhou Mingyang is already racing ahead so fast. Time for me to make a move too. A spark of competitiveness ignited within him, and he picked up his pace, ready to challenge the leaders. Su Jingming thought to himself, there's a long way from the outer zone to core, so let's head straight for the core area. With a newfound sense of purpose, he adjusted his strategy, focusing on the most critical part of the exam. As Su Jingming sprinted toward the core area, he suddenly caught sight of something that made him stop dead in his tracks. His eyes widened, and he stood there, frozen in surprise or curiosity. Su Jingming's eyes widened in horror as he saw a student lying unconscious on the ground, blood trickling out of his mouth and a critical wound visible on his chest. He rushed over, concern etched on his face, and knelt down to assess the situation. "What happened?" he muttered, his voice laced with worry. Su Jingming's eyes widened in alarm as he thought to himself, "Those injuries are serious." He didn't even have time to use the safety sphere. No wonder the teacher kept telling me to skip the exam. Concern and unease gripped him as he realized the gravity of the situation. Su Jingming thought to himself, if I hadn't awakened an S-rank ability, I would have probably ended up like this too. The thought sent a chill down his spine as he gazed at the injured student, grateful for his own unique circumstances. Su Jingming thought to himself, no regrets. The martial art exam is just that brutal. He pressed the student's smartwatch, calling for the logistics team. Opportunity always comes with risk, he murmured. Not everyone gets a chance to defy fate. With a resolute expression, he ensured the injured student received aid, acknowledging the harsh realities of their world. Su Jingming's heart skipped a beat as he felt a terrifying presence behind him. He spun around, and his eyes widened in horror as he saw a massive, clawed leg belonging to a ferocious beast looming over him. The air was thick with tension as the beast's presence seemed to fill the space. Su Jingming's mind racing, he thought. It deliberately left someone alive to ambush those who get close. His instinct screamed warning as he gazed at the beast, realizing he was likely walking into a trap set by the cunning creature. Su Jingming thought to himself, it's a trap made by the ferocious beast. His eyes darted around, assessing the situation. As he prepared to defend himself against the impending attack, Su Jingming steeled himself, ready to face the ferocious beast. His muscles tensed, and he poised for action, prepared to defend himself against the beast's ferocious attack. Adrenaline pumped through him as he waited for the beast's next move. The ferocious beast lunged towards Su Jingming with a snarl, but he swiftly moved back, dodging the beast's vicious attack by a hair's breadth. Su Jingming breathed out sharply, his reflexes saving him from the deadly strike. The ferocious beast landed mere inches away from Su Jingming, its eyes locking onto him with a deadly glance. The air was thick with tension as beast and human locked gazes, each sizing up the other for the next move. Su Jingming felt the weight of the beast's lethal intent bearing down on him. Su Jingming thought to himself, the beast has an agile body, sharp claws, and a bite force of over 1,000 kilograms. A well-deserved newbie killer. He swallowed hard, acknowledging the beast's deadly capabilities. Its lethal combo of speed, sharpness, and crushing power made it a formidable opponent. Su Jingming thought to himself, The reason fierce beasts has the word fierce in their name is because they possess a special ferocious aura that can intimidate their prey. I heard that most awakened people, when they encounter a fierce beast for the first time, become helpless under this ferocious aura. He felt a shiver run down his spine, aware of the psychological impact the beast's aura could have on him. Su Jingming thought that wealthy families will hire specialized ability user bodyguards to take their children into the wilderness to get them used to fighting fierce beasts as early as possible. This way, the kids learn to handle danger, build confidence, and develop survival skills from a young age. A harsh but effective way to prepare them for the dangers of their world. Su Jingming said to himself, "Of course I don't have that kind of privilege. This is my first time truly facing a fierce beast." A mix of nerves and determination played on his face as he realized the gravity of the situation. No luxury of prior training or privileged upbringing here. He was in the thick of it, facing the beast head-on. The fierce beast lunged toward Su Jingming, and they faced off face-to-face. In a split-second decision, Su Jingming took out his spear, a weapon or tool of some kind, and stabbed it into the body of the beast. The outcome hung in the balance. Su Jingming thought to himself, "It seems that this aura has no effect on me at all." A hint of surprise mixed with relief crossed his mind as he realized he wasn't intimidated or helpless under the fierce beast's ferocious aura like most others would be. This unexpected resistance might just give him an edge in this deadly confrontation. Su Jingming takes out his spear from the dead body of the beast, and suddenly a screen appeared showing "Killed one unranked fierce beast." A shadow cat, ability points +3 inch. Su Jingming's probably stoked about getting those ability points for his shadow cat. Taking down an unranked fierce beast ain't no joke. Su Jingming said to himself, "Killing fierce beasts can grant me ability points which can strengthen my power, but unranked fierce beasts give so little." He nodded thoughtfully, realizing that while taking down beasts does reward him with ability points, unranked ones aren't the most lucrative. Maybe he'll need to aim for a higher-ranked beast to get more points and boost his power faster flex biceps. Su Jingming thought to himself, "Since I don't have a big reaction to the fierce beast's aura, there's not much point in staying in the outer area. I gotta get to the central area quickly." He figured that with his resistance to the beast's aura, he could handle tougher areas. Heading to the central area ASAP might bring more challenges, but also bigger rewards or opportunities rocket. Smiling face with sunglasses while reaching the central area, Su Jingming started killing many beasts. The screen shows so many ability points were added. Su Jingming's probably pumped seeing his ability points skyrocket like that. Taking down lots of beasts in the central area is paying off big time. His power is going to be boosted majorly with all those points collision. Thinking face while landing on the ground, Su Jingming thought, "I've gained a good amount of ability points, but what I lack now is actual combat experience. Using the Purple Heaven Divine Thunder can instantly kill unranked fierce beasts, but this way I can effectively increase my strength." Su Jingming's weighing the pros and cons. Sure, the Divine Thunder makes short work of unranked beasts, but relying on it might not help him get stronger through actual combat challenges grimacing face. Moreover, Su Jingming thought, the higher the ability rank, the more energy it consumes. If I use my full strength with Purple Heaven Divine Thunder, I can't even maintain it for an hour, before my E-rank weakness current could last for more than 3 hours. Su Jingming's realizing the trade-offs of using his powerful skill. High energy drain with Purple Heaven Divine Thunder versus longer lasting, but maybe less effective lower rank usage. Balancing power and endurance's a big deal balance scale. Fire, but the martial arts exam lasts for a full 12 hours before entering the core area. Su Jingming thought, I can't waste my application. I'll continue to stick to the strategy for the rest of the journey. I'll kill the fierce beast using only my spear techniques to gain more combat experience. Su Jingming's going to push himself, using spear techniques to take down beasts. That way he'll build combat skills and experience, prepping himself for the challenges ahead in the core area flex biceps. Su Jingming suddenly spotted a giant fierce beast that looks at his direction. He started running away from it, and it started chasing him. Su Jingming's hightailing out of there, but that giant beast hot on his heels. This is going to be a wild chase rocket. Wonder if Su Jingming can outrun it, or if he'll need to turn around and fight after all. When he looked back, the beast was near him. Suddenly, Su Jingming jumped up, started spinning, took his spear out, and stabbed it directly into the beast's head. What a crazy move. Su Jingming pulled off some insane acrobatic combat skills there. Stabbing the spear into the beast's head like that, gotta be effective collision. Probably gonna get some big rewards or ability points for tucking down a giant fierce beast like that smiling face with sunglasses. Su Jingming took out his spear from the beast's head and landed near it. He's probably catching his breath after that intense move. Now he's down. Su Jingming's thinking, my speed in killing fierce beasts is much faster than before. Could it be that my spear technique's broken through without me realizing it? He's wondering if there's been some unseen progress in his skills. Maybe all the combat experience and ability points gained have bumped up his spear technique to a new level without him even noticing Rocket. That'd explain the increased kill speed. While looking at the screen, Su Jingming said, as I thought, my spear technique's broken through to intermediate. It seems that relying solely on spear technique in actual combat gives the biggest boost of my strength. Su Jingming's hyped that his spear technique's upgraded to intermediate. He's making the connection that focusing on spear technique in combat's really pumping up his strength chart increasing. Guess that strategy of using spear techniques to kill beasts was a good call. While touching the screen, Su Jingming said, the intermediate spear technique already makes me feel like I can do whatever I want. What would happen if I were to improve it further? Su Jingming's curious about the potential of taking his spear technique to the next level, with intermediate spear technique making him feel unstoppable already. He's wondering what heights he'd reach with even more improvement Rocket. Possibilities are getting pretty exciting. Suddenly, a lot of spear skills appeared in Su Jingming's mind. His eyes widened, and he was in complete shock. Whoa! That's a lot of new skills flooding in like that. Su Jingming's mind's blown by the influx of spear skills collision. He's probably thinking, what just happened? Guess breaking through the intermediate spear technique unlocked a bunch of new moves in his mind brain. Now he's got to process all these new skills. It's amazing. Countless advanced spear techniques are flooding into Su Jingming's mind. He said, I can't wait to find a first-rank fierce beast to test it on. Su Jingming's pumped about all these new advanced techniques. He's getting flex biceps. Testing M out on a tougher foe like a first-rank fierce beast is going to be a big challenge, and a great way to see how effective these new skills are fire. He's looking forward to putting M to the test. Su Jingming's friends were walking, and suddenly the class rep noticed someone running while holding a spear. She said to her friends, I think I saw Su Jingming. Her friend said, Squad leader, are you seeing things? It can't be him. With his strength, coming here would be suicide, wouldn't it? The friends doubting it could be Su Jingming, because with Su Jingming's strength, showing up in this area would be crazy, risky, dizzy face. They're wondering if the class rep's mistaken about who she saw, person shrugging, female sign. The class rep said, Did I really see something wrong? But that silhouette just now really looked exactly like Su Jingming. Lu Jie said, I wonder how Jingming is doing. The class rep still thinking about that silhouette that looked like Su Jingming, wondering if it really was him thinking face. Lu Jie's showing concern for Su Jingming, thinking about how he's doing thaw balloon. Maybe they're going to ask around or check on Su Jingming's status. Suddenly one of their friends called out, Them, come here quick. Rhinoceros looks like it just died. The blood on the wounds hasn't dried yet, which means it died a few minutes ago. The fatal wound is on its head. From the shape of the wound, it was caused by a spear. Whoa! A rhinoceros just got taken down skull. And from the wound, it looks like a spear was used fire. Given Su Jingming was just talked about and he's got spear technique skills, they'll probably think about it he had something to do with this kill, exploding head. The class rep said, Good. The person I saw nearby just now really was Su Jingming. Her friend said, You're not going to say that Su Jingming was the one who killed this rhinoceros, are you? This is a fierce beast that only AC rank awakened can kill alone. How could Su Jingming possibly do it? Su Jingming's friends are doubting that he'd be able to take down a rhinoceros fierce beast like that dizzy face. They're saying that a job for AC rank awakened, and Su Jingming's capabilities don't seem to match up to that level. Her another friend said, to find out if Su Jingming killed it, we just have to check his score ranking, right? Yep. Checking Su Jingming's score ranking's a straight shot way to see if he got credit for killing the rhinoceros bar chart. If he did kill it, his score ranking should reflect that kill, and they'd know for sure magnifying glass still to the left. His friends are curious now, want to know if Su Jingming's the one who took down that beast. When they look at the score, 46th place Su Jingming, they said, it's really him. No, this can't be right. Su Jingming? He is in top 50? Could it be someone with the same name? Are E-rank ability awakened people this fierce these days? I don't believe it. Su Jingming's friends are shocked dizzy face. They're not buying it that Su Jingming's in top 50 with E-rank ability. That's crazy strong for an E-rank fire. They're wondering if it's a different Su Jingming or something. Thinking face. Audience stands outside the arena. The first high school is as strong as ever. They are basically taking over the top 10, especially Zhou Mingyang, who's ranked first with 412 points. It seems he has already secured the city's top student spot. It's been many years in our Jiangqing that a hot provincial top 100 student appeared. I wonder if he can do it, the audience said to themselves. The audience is talking about how first high school's dominant, the rankings trophy. Zhou Mingyang's on top, with a huge 412 points top arrow. They're thinking he's locked in the city's top student spot 100 points. Now they're curious if Zhou Mingyang can make it to the hot provincial top 100. Zhang Wenshan said, Zhou Mingyang is our Jiangqing ace. His nimble gale is very strong, so he wouldn't be weak even in the provincial martial arts exam. In my opinion, he should be able to break into the top 100 in Jiangnan province. Zhang Wenshan's hyping, Zhou Mingyang flex biceps. He's saying Zhou Mingyang's got a strong skill set with Nimble Gale Tornado, which will serve him well even at the provincial level stadium. Zhang Wenshan continued, Old Liu, I've always been quite satisfied with the education at your first high school. And the third high school isn't bad either. Someone finally squeezed into the top 10. The principals of first and third high school said, It's all thanks to you, director. We will continue to rely on you in the future. Zhang Wenshan's talking to old Liu, saying he's satisfied with the education at first high school. He's also mentioning third high school's doing okay handshake. The principals are thanking Director Zhang Wenshan for his support folded hands, saying they'll keep counting on him books. Zhang Wenshan said, but the second high school needs to work harder. Their best student is only ranked 18. The principal of second high school bowed down his head and said, yes. Zhang Wenshan's pointing out second high schools got to step up their game chart increasing. Compared to the others, their top students ranking 18th. Zhao Yao, principal of second high school, thought, among the top 50, there are only 8 students from the second high school. Li Ming, Yangwan, Tang Ju, Su Jingming, you brats get your act together. Wait a minute. Who is this Su Jingming? Why haven't I seen this name before? Is there a person with this name in the advanced class? Principal Zhao Yao's thinking about the second high school's representation in the top 50. He's named the 4 students from second high school in the top 50. He's curious about Su Jingming. Didn't know about this student, wondering if Su Jingming's in the advanced class. Su Jingming's class teacher is in complete shock as he saw Su Jingming's name, and he's in top 50. But isn't this kid an E-rank awake? The person. But no matter how much he hides it, can an E-rank ability suddenly turn into an S-rank ability? Su Jingming's class teacher's blown away. He's thinking Su Jingming's got an E-rank ability, but somehow he's ranking the top 50. That's crazy for an E-rank. He's wondering if an E-rank ability can somehow skyrocket to S-rank level, 'cause that'd be insane. Class teacher thought, only the top 10 have a dedicated camera angle, so I can't find any footage of Su Jingming right now. How on earth did he get such a high score? The class teacher's puzzled. Since Su Jingming's not in the top 10, there's no dedicated camera footage of him. He's wondering how Su Jingming managed to get such a high score with an E-rank ability. The mystery is deepening about Su Jingming's performance. Central area danger level high. Someone broke a bottle on the ground and stepped forward. It was Su Jingming. He thought to himself, after entering the central area, the number of fierce beasts has significantly decreased. Ranked fierce beasts, how to develop some intelligence, and I'm at the ends of territory, which makes them much more difficult to deal with than unranked ones. Su Jingming's in the central area where danger's high. He's thinking about the situation. Fewer fierce beasts here, but the ranked ones are smarter and tougher to handle than unranked ones. He's at the edge of his territory, making things trickier. He saw something and said, "Here it is." It was a ferocious beast that was destroying every object that comes in front of it. It looks at Su Jingming and roars. A first-rank fierce beast. An arm-blade tiger. Su Jingming's faced with a crazy beast. The arm-blade tiger's a first-rank fierce beast, destroying everything in its path. It's looking straight at Su Jingming and roaring loud. This beast got power, and Su Jingming's got to handle it. He said, "It seems my luck is... Today I just entered the central area and already encountered a first-rank fierce beast. This is perfect for me to test my sphere technique on." Su Jingming's thinking this encounter's a good break. He's just entered the central area and bumped into a first-rank fierce beast, the arm-blade tiger. He's seeing this as a perfect chance to test out his sphere technique. Su Jingming's looking to put his skills to the test against this beast. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next chapter.